All right.
What's good?
Peace, Kaz. How you doing, brother?
Good. Hanging in there, bro.
Yeah. Thank you for coming in.
All right. Not a problem. We've been trying to get at
Yeah.
it for a minute.
Yeah. We've been trying to do this for a minute, and I've just been going, reaching out to everybody from New York, from the Bronx, and I've been covering like the b-boy thing because I'm a b-boy first of all, but I've always heard about you. You know what I'm saying? I seen Wild Style. I heard Sugar Hill. I heard Rapper's Delight, and I'm a huge fan of hip hop. And also, I've been Zulu since '94.
All right. Peace, Aki.
I keep peace. So, yeah, Kaz, I just for my viewers and stuff, I kind of want them to know your history, like who you are, because a lot of the followers that I got, like they really they don't really know about the history to like hip hop, like with the beginnings of like rap music in yourself.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, the story of hip hop is out there. Books, documentaries, movies. I mean, the internet, the World Wide Web. I mean, everything. But just for a brief synopsis, um, I started out in hip hop in the Bronx in like 74, 75.
Okay.
Started out dancing, going to parties, and then I just got caught up. And I wanted to be a DJ and start DJing like 75. And, I've been rocking ever since. I DJ and MC.
Oh,
So
okay.
after being a DJ for my own crew for about 6 years, I joined the Cold Crush Brothers. You
Mm.
know what I mean? And that's what the world basically knows me. If you don't know the earlier history of hip hop, you won't even know that I'm a DJ. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Because when I joined the Cold Crush, I stopped DJing. I was just MCing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean that's basically my history.
Yeah, that's ill though, Cass. Thank you for sharing that. So I know it's like the debate was not a debate, but like when I heard Sugar Hill Gang, and I know from listening to like documentaries, I guess you was like really you wasn't really feeling it. You felt like it wasn't something that you was that was you what would I say that you was okay with.
I mean, you gotta understand when Rappers Delight came out, hip hop was already 6 years old.
Okay.
Okay, there was a bunch of people already doing this and established in the culture. So it came as a shock to us to see some unknown people out of from somewhere else, you know what I mean, came and made a rap song and it became that successful. So
Mm.
of course there was some resentment. Me personally, one of the members of the Sugar Hill Gang was Big Bang Hank, who was managing the group I was in at the time. So all the rhymes that he says on Rappers Delight are rhymes that he got from me. So of
Mm.
course I had a bigger stake in it than just regular hip hop people listening to it. I mean, some of that shit was mine.
Yeah.
So but we didn't know about publishing and royalties and you know what I mean. We didn't know the business of music. We just knew how to make it and go out and do it. You know.
Mm. Okay. Okay, that makes sense though. I was asking somebody I spoke to T Kid. T Kid's of course he's a graffiti writer from the Bronx. And I was asking him, I said, T Kid, can you tell me from you being in the Bronx, I'm hearing two dates that Zulu was established. I'm hearing 73 and I'm hearing 75.
Excuse me. Um, I don't like to tell nobody else's story.
Okay.
You know what I mean? All I know is what I know. You know,
Yes.
and when I became aware of Zulu, it wasn't until like 75, 76. You know,
Okay.
not that they weren't around, not that they weren't doing nothing, because the Zulu was born from the Black Spades, which was a gang here in the Bronx.
Yeah.
So that's the movement that was the most prevalent at the time, the gang movement. And then once hip hop started gaining momentum, all the gang stuff started calming down, and even the gangs became, hip hop groups and
Hmm.
artists and stuff like that. So for me and my knowledge of Bambaataa and Zulus, that's like 76, 75, 76 for me.
That's what T Kid said. That's what exactly he was saying. He said around 75, 76 when Bam went under the banner Universal Zulu Nation.
Yeah, because I was DJing already. You know what I mean? I was
Okay.
Casanova Fly.
Yeah.
But I was on the west side of the Bronx where Kool Herc was. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I didn't hear about Bambaataa or no till later on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. I get what you're saying, though, Cass. Another thing too, I'm hearing like the debate too when people say, which is the music, trap music, that it has nothing to do with hip hop, and basically it's kind of like it's just like it has no essence to hip hop. I want to know, how do you feel about trap music?
I think it's down south's version of hip hop. You know
Okay.
what I mean? I don't think it's something separate. I just think it's a different. Every time a new place, and by I mean place, be it a state, be it another city, be it another country. Once they get a hold of hip hop and they put out their version of it, you know what I mean? It's just
Mm.
another version of hip hop. Now, is it the original hip hop that we grew up with? No. Is it the 80s hip hop? No. Is it the 90s? Is it the golden era? Is it gangster rap? No. It's something in its own. It's something in itself. It's just another style. So
Okay.
I don't think it has any less value just because maybe this generation or another group of people can't get with it or don't or is not feeling it. It's like that's the music from that area. That's the conversation from that area. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? So you can't knock it. I mean that's a hip hop.
Okay. I get what you're saying. I'm gonna roll with that. Another thing too, Kaz, I noticed like back in the days when certain rap groups would come out, like they got real commercialized and they started getting like real media success. I was kind of curious, how come Cold Crush never really got to that level where they were traveling like as much as like Run DMCs and all those other rappers?
Well, we kind of signaled the end of the first generation of hip hop. The group mentality. Um, if you didn't get signed to a good label back then, and you were of the first generation of hip hop, then you
Hmm.
didn't make it to the next generation. You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying? And we were
Yeah.
one of those groups. We were like the last live performance group. You know what I mean? And we just never got signed to a lucrative deal that where a record company got behind us, where we had budget
Mm.
and we went on tours and stuff. But we never got that. Run
Okay.
DMC kind of ushered in the next generation of hip hop or rap music, and that's when the money came in. That's when people had
Mm.
budgets and you know what I mean, and companies behind them and management and all that other stuff. We were going under our own volition. We didn't have all that.
Okay. So, Cass, so when you was writing your rhymes, was Melly Mel, was he writing the rhymes too at the same time, or were you before Melly Mel?
I was a DJ before Melly Mel was an MC. You
Okay.
know what I mean? I was doing my thing, and Mel and other guys will tell you, they started around 77, 78, you know what I mean? With Flash and whatever, but I was doing this since like 74, 75,
Yeah.
indoors 74 and I came out 75. So, by 76, 77, I was just trying to get my little reputation up. You know what I mean? Nobody
Yeah.
was big time back then. You know what I mean? And, except for Kool Herc. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Maybe a couple of others, but the MCs hadn't got no prominence yet. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Until 78, 79, 80s, then the MC rose and became the focal point, of the whole hip hop scene.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense though too. I like that. So when B Street came out, like you guys wasn't a part of that too. Was that for a reason though? You didn't want to be a part of B Street?
Well, there were two things, a couple of things that had to do with us not being at B Street. One was the record company that we were down with at the time, wanted some extreme, agreement for us to be a part of it, and basically that thwarted that effort, and they wanted us to audition.
Hmm.
They wanted us to audition. How first of all, I don't know who you people are. Like I know who Harry Belafonte is and all that. But all these other people, like, How you gonna come here just because you making a movie, but you want hip hop to audition to be in a hip hop movie?
Mm.
What part of the game is that? Especially us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should be asking us, you know what I mean, to be in this shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Asking
exactly.
us to audition. So we was like, fuck that. We good. We was already in Wild Style.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? We was in the official, the first, you know, and maybe it didn't have the same budget, you know what I mean? But it was realer. It was way more realer. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah. And Cass, though, too, I don't really hear too many people talk about the Mercedes ladies, though, but I kind of, I got some history on the Mercedes ladies because I spoke to Curtis Blow. Can you explain to me who were the Mercedes ladies?
The Mercedes ladies like the first all-female hip-hop group. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they followed hip-hop. They ran with the hip-hop people. You know what I mean? They was DJs and MCs. They
Oh,
just didn't
really?
stick around that long. You know what I mean? They didn't have a, they didn't make a presence. They definitely were pioneers in the sense that they was some of the first girls to do it, and not
The
just
first
hip-hop
girls to do it?
DJs as well.
Okay.
But you know, they never made it to the next round. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, though. Um, Another thing that I was kind of curious about because I hear people say this, they say that the twins wasn't really B-boys, though. And like for me, I kind of always scratch my head to that because I heard certain people say that now the twins ain't like they wasn't real, they wasn't doing what we was doing. Since you were there, from what you seen though, like what's your opinion on that when they say that the twins wasn't real b-boys?
Hey, listen. I can't dispute anybody else's opinion, but in my
Okay,
opinion, okay, they were two of the first b-boys, okay, and they were the first cats with that kind of notoriety. Like everybody knew the nigga twins. Yeah, man. You go to Cool Herc party, you look for the nigga twins. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
You want to see, you know what I mean, Southside. You want to see, you know what I mean, El Dorado Mike and Trixie and them dudes. You know what I mean? There was like a
ooh,
clique of cats that danced at those early parties, and they was two of them. Can't dispute that. Why would
okay,
people say? Why would that story be going on for so long? And then see, I hate when people come at the last minute and then want to change somebody's fucking history or change the
yeah,
story when you wasn't even there. Why would
right,
somebody talk about these guys for 40-something years if they aren't who we said they are? You know what I
true,
mean? Why would the story be that hip hop started in the Bronx with Kool Herc and everything else, and now 40 some odd years later, somebody want to change the narrative?
yeah,
If there was a different narrative, you should have spoke up earlier. You should have spoke up when it was happening. When people came to start investigating what hip hop is, they came to the Bronx.
mm,
Okay, they were directed to come. You'll go. You got to go up to the Bronx. That's where them dudes is doing that. Okay,
yeah,
so I mean, you can't change the narrative. You can
yeah,
go
I,
back and try to say, well, why didn't they go to Brooklyn?
yeah,
Why didn't Wild Style, you know, cover people in Queens? You know,
oh yeah,
no, because they came to where the hip hop was. All right.
mm. That makes sense though, Kaz. You answered because I seen a documentary where they were saying it didn't start in the Bronx. It actually started in Brooklyn, and it was some other DJs. I forgot the name of their. Yeah, they were saying that the DJs from Brooklyn, like that's where the fashion was coming out of. The way that Run DMC, where their Kangos, that all started in Brooklyn.
Look, all due respect to all the DJs that came from Brooklyn, you know what I mean? There's cats that were involved in this culture that even hip hop people aren't aware of. Okay,
Okay.
because they preceded us. They were before our time. Okay, a lot of these DJs when they were playing, we was 10 and 11 years old. Nobody wasn't in jams. Nobody knew what a DJ was when they was 10 and 11 years old. Okay, so you talk
Mm-hmm.
about people like Grandmaster Flowers, you know what I mean, and DJ Plummer and LaBoya, the guys from Queens who played, you know, in front of thousands of people.
Yeah.
Hip hop didn't invent DJing. Hip hop didn't
Mm.
invent playing music in the street. Hip hop didn't invent talking on the mic. It didn't invent dancing. It didn't invent graffiti. But it reinvented all four of those things. Okay?
Okay.
Encapsulated them together into one culture under those four elements. And that's what hip hop is. Okay.
Woo, there it is. The facts is there. Thank you, Cass, man. You clearing it all up. Um, Another thing from my understanding, like the beginning of the B-boy, one to the left, one to the right, and Kool Herc would say, B-boys, are you ready? When the break would come on. And then when the break would go off, then I guess certain people would come out specifically to the break of that song. Is that true?
Yeah. The B-boys would come out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
And if
would
you
Kool Herc
wasn't
say that? Would Kool Herc say that on the mic?
excuse me?
Would Kool Herc say that on the mic? B-boys, are you ready?
Yeah, him or Coke La Rock.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's
Because then they throw on Apache or something, because you know it's like a B-boy record about to come on. Because there were different
exactly.
parts of the party, especially in a Kool Herc party. You had your disco part where they played
Mm.
whatever popular record was out. You know what I mean? And the guys danced with the girls. You know what I mean? And then you had the part where B-boys. It's time for the B-boy. They would open up a big ass circle, and then all the B-boys would form that circle and then get in the middle and dance. You know what I mean? They even had a part where you would slow dance.
Oh yeah.
Back in early jams, they used to play slow jams, all right? Especially toward the end. Like if you at the end, that's how you get niggas out of there. All right. That slow shit, time to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. Everybody, I mean, the party had stages, you know, that it went through. I know a Kool Herc party did, and that's why we
Right.
enjoyed them so much.
Okay. Yeah. That's dope. Zulu Queens. There's very little history on the Zulu Queens. Can you share any history with me about the Zulu Queens?
I would suggest that you talk to some first hand Zulus. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Day one Zulus. You know what I mean? I am Zulu Nation Council member, Zulu King. But I'm not day one. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm anointed, and I think there's other people that could speak on the Queens way better than I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I thank you for being honest with that, though, Cass.
I try to, because I don't know everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you want to hear it, you need to hear it from somebody who knows best. You know?
Right. So you've been officially involved with hip hop like what 40, 43, 44 years?
Yeah, it was 45 years.
45 years.
Yeah.
That's amazing though. I got a chance to speak to Mr. Big from Soul Sonic Force, and yeah, he was telling me about what was going on in New York though too, Cass. My last question to you though, you know what I'm saying? Because I know time is valuable. Like, how do you feel about hip hop today in 2020 from your point of view?
I really can't think too much about hip hop in 2020 with all that's going on and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like our hip hop's been put on hold. You know what I mean? I mean, there are things that we do and a lifestyle that we live behind this, and this thing is just put a hold on that lifestyle. But we starting to come out, get back around it. I mean, how I feel the same way about hip hop today as I did when I first started. I love it. It's my life. You know what I mean? I die for this. I bleed for this. You know what I mean? I've dedicated my whole life to it. So yeah, I feel the same way about it. Now,
Okay.
as far as you know, what's going on and who's got the best records out and stuff. That's not hip hop. When you ask me about how I feel about hip hop, that's not where my answer comes from. You know, not who got the hottest record out, or you know who's on tour, or you know what female MC got the biggest booty, or none of that.
Oh yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? I'm not on it. I'm on the culture, and the culture is alive and well, not only here but all over the world, and you can see it. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
see it all over the world, especially
All
with
over the
the
world. So
all over the world. Italy, Africa, India, like it's bigger than I thought it would be though because of the internet though too as well.
well, yeah, because first of all, because of media, first because of records. You know what I mean? Records is the first thing that helped to push, you know what I mean, the culture forward. Maybe just one element of it, but then when movies and video came about, you started to see the dance element involved, so that moved
Mm,
that forward. You know what I mean? Graph has always been viable, but when you see images of hip hop, you see graph very prevalent in it. So
yes.
that's why graph is such a big part of hip hop, even
Mm,
though graph's been around forever. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
But the hip hop generation's graph That's the graph of hip hop.
Thank you, Cass. That's official, though. My last question to you: could you give out, if you had the choice, your top 5 favorite MCs of all time?
Well, not really, not really, because
No.
I've been a part of the culture since its inception. I am one of the first MCs ever,
Okay.
and I've seen every MC since then. So I mean, it wouldn't do them or my knowledge of MCing any justice to try to narrow it down to 5 people.
Oh, I got you.
It just couldn't happen. It just won't happen.
Yeah.
And I've done it in the past, and I've tried to, because I try to keep up with the interviewers' questions, and then you'd be like, yeah, okay, yeah, oh yeah, Rakim, so and so,
Yeah.
you know, the usual suspects.
Yeah, the
You know
usual.
what I mean? But if you really look into it, it's much deeper than any 5 people.
Okay. Yeah, you're right about that. Cass, somebody had a question that said, what DJs inspire you when you were young?
Well, I wanted to DJ like Flash. I wanted to
Flash.
I wanted to have the sound system like Kool Herc, and I wanted to have the audience of Bambaataa.
Mm.
Okay, I everything else I pretty much had covered. You know what I mean? As a DJ, you know, you got to have a good sound system. You got to have your records, and you got to have know your audience. You got to
Mm-hmm.
know your audience. You know what I mean? So the DJs that I aspired to, you know, Herc being the biggest, because I lived on the West Side, up the street
Okay.
from Herc, and anybody could tell you back then, the biggest marquee DJ, the biggest DJ in the street when hip hop first started was Kool Herc.
Kool Herc.
Was Kool Herc.
Yeah.
All right. So and he had the records that we came to parties for. You know what I mean? He had, so if you were a DJ, you aspired to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As the parameters of DJing kind of spread out, it was like, okay, now who got the most records? Who got the most diverse set of records now?
Mm.
Then that shined the light on Bambaataa, because the Bambaataa was
Mm.
the first DJ to start using imports. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Bring records from overseas that we don't hear on the radio, that we never heard. And then Flash was kind of the first turntablist.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those 3 elements together will make the ultimate, the consummate DJ. And I can MC.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So the goal is to have all that and top it by being able to rap as well.
Oh, thank you. That makes sense, though, Cass. I appreciate you, Grandmaster Cass.
No doubt,
For me,
no doubt,
for,
Mikey.
for,
I seen you on, and I came on. I forgot who were you talking to?
earlier.
No, when I came on the set the last time.
Oh,
Joe Conzo.
yeah, Joe Conzo.
Right. And he was like, yo, I've been trying to get that Cass, but yo, he don't answer me.
Yeah.
Yo, if you saw my line, bro, you would understand. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I got you.
No way I could get at all that. I don't have no
Yeah.
secretary in here. I got to read all my messages myself. So if it takes me a minute to catch up, I got you. All right.
Thank you, Cass. Though, like I see, you got the Bronx. I got Los Angeles, East Coast, West Coast.
Keeps creating it, baby.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing, Cass. Thank you, man. Like I said, I heard Sugar Hill Gang when it first came out, and I seen when Cold Crush, you know, when you guys was on Wild Star. So for me, it's like it took this situation for me to connect with you, and I'm just like I'm honored, you know what I'm saying, because I love Zulu to this very day, because I understand and I respect the principles: peace, unity, love, and having fun.
No doubt, no doubt. Can't get mad at that.
Yeah. Okay, brother Cass, you have a good rest of the day, man, and thank you for this interview.
You got it, Mikey. Peace out.
Okay, peace.
Stay safe.
All right.